What's up, y'all? So, I hear people talking about the soft life and how it is a life some are striving for. And that includes me. I want to live a life of softness, and I'm going to tell you how to obtain it. It doesn't matter your gender or income, you should be living a life of softness. So, let's get into it. Now, what's soft? It's the opposite of hard. And in today's environment, there's so much focus on working hard. And that's fine if it gets you to the life that you want to live. But what is all this hardness doing to us? One thought is making us harder, especially as women. I've been retired from corporate now for 5+ years. And let me tell you, just the work environment alone can stress you out. I never understood why companies don't invest more into their employees so they could come to work at their best and work in conditions that boost their morale and encourage their employees to want to work. At the end of the day, some companies get it, some don't. But there is something you can do to keep yourself soft when the world around you is trying to make you hard. The first thing you can do is always try to think positive thoughts. I'm a thinker, and that has its good and bad. And sometimes I have to re-steer my mind from thinking negative thoughts. Your mind is powerful, and what you think is going to show in how you react. Meditating in the mornings allows me to quiet my thoughts and start my day in a calm mood. And I notice the more I do it, the more my body wants it. It's truly a healing to your mind and soul. And before you can obtain a life of softness, you first have to be soft. And that includes working on yourself, because sometimes your environment is going to be what it's going to be. But it's how you respond to it that can predict how things will go for you in the future. See, you can't live a life of resentment and hold grudges and think this will add softness to your life. It won't. You have to make peace with your past and forgive the people who hurt you so you don't allow that pain to keep following you. And you have to know that by doing this, it's only going to bring peace into your life. Because if you want to live a genuine life of softness, then you must heal first and put yourself first. I remember my last job in corporate before I started my business. Once I knew I wanted to start a business, I knew I had to change my mind for the positive and change my thoughts, because I needed to be in the right mood at all times to continue to get the encouragement and motivation to leave and start my business. This included not engaging in any gossip, staying away from negative vibes. Anything that steered my energy away, I blocked it. I also listened to a video that talked about turning your workplace to your happy place. This mind frame will help you to succeed. So I did just that. I changed my views about going to work, and I posted pictures of nature around my cubicle. So whenever I was feeling lousy or discouraged, I could look up and see peace all around me. Things that I admired and made me happy. And this encouraged me because I thrive around nature and I want to be able to travel and visit some of the most scenic views in the world. Being at peace with yourself, peace with your past, and loving yourself is how you get towards obtaining the soft life. And this includes making the right choices in life. You ever see someone who keeps making the wrong choices and their choices keep them further away from being at peace? Sometimes we can't understand it. But loving yourself more will help you make the best choices. I went through some hard years when I first became a business owner. But the years could have been a lot less stressful if I made better choices. And the choices I made are nothing I will regret. The struggles allowed me to get to know me on another level. I'm so glad I was able to withstand all that and still grow a successful business. But I'm not making wrong choices these days. And I'm creating boundaries in my life and work, because I know people will pull me in all different directions if I allow them to. And creating boundaries allows you to create balance. So with that said, creating a soft life is something we should all try to obtain. It doesn't make the men less masculine and the women less feminine, but it will allow you to live a life of peace. And let me tell you, it feels so good. And as women, I think it's an achievement to live a life of softness, because sometimes we can get caught up in working so hard, and all that hard work brings out masculine energy. Working hard can bring on stress and anxiety, and that's not good. And there's nothing soft about that. Sometimes we have to go through hard work to live a life of softness. And sometimes we can just choose to make better choices, which will also allow for an easier life. Hard times are sometimes the inevitable, but hopefully you get through it and know that life is meant to live, not work hard. For those that have watched my previous videos, you know I went through a stage where I was working insanely hard to build a business. And it was rough. I wanted a love life at that time, but I was so stressed out, I really could only focus on work. And I had to take some time away from work so I could focus on taking care of myself first. And when you run a business and wear all the hats, there really is no taking a break from work, especially if you still want to be in business. But I did relinquish a few responsibilities I had, and I reduced my expenses immensely so I could position myself better to win. And now I'm finally living a life that I can appreciate. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.